Yo, what's good, creators? It's your boy Alex, and I will be serving as your creative engineer today as we break down David Shands' thumbnail style for his Social Proof podcast. So, no matter if you are a solo creator and you create your own podcast thumbnails and you're looking to get help with that, or if you're a creative and you're looking to get into this space and get to your creator bag for creating thumbnails for people like David Shands or other creators and personal influencers that don't have the time to create podcast thumbnails themselves, this is definitely the video for you. But first things first, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you want to support, click the first link in the description below where you can purchase the template that I'll be using in this video today in your next thumbnail design session. That being said, let's hop over into Photoshop and get this party started.
All right, so let's get into it. So as you can see, with his current design, this is a screenshot of it. This is the new design that they have recently rolled out. What I see here is got a logo, two people, maybe some photo treatment, a black background, basically saying serif, if I'm not mistaken, font set here, and some light leaks. So this is simple to break down and decode. I've taken the liberty of, for your time's sake and my own, to have a logo here, as well as the light leaks, as well as some photos that we can possibly use in this design as we break this thing down. Now we're done. So the beautiful part about this is that you're able to really control more from the standpoint of what you can do in a platform like Canva. Unfortunately, in Canva, you're not able to like have this level of control. Like you kind of have to, like in that cutout that I just made in Canva, I would have to trust that Canva is going to cut it out right by reusing the AI and the removal background tool. Now, this platform does have that. Like if I just go to his Isaac's photo, right? Let's retry this so I can use it and just do remove background. As you see, it does a pretty good job at removing the background. I mean, that's pretty dang good, to be honest. But for the most part, what you want to be able to do is go in and control everything. And so that's the beauty of like learning Photoshop and using these layer masks and however you choose, because there are multiple ways you can cut out objects in Photoshop. The beauty of using this is just the amount of control that it gives you. Going in and being able to clean up everything, it just gives everything a more professional, clean, and precise look versus, just trusting the AI to do a quick hash up job and saying, oh, that's cool, that's good enough. So those are the major differences. So now let's get back to this. Drop this in. Similar to this, we might want to put just David show. So we can put David in the front. Get rid of this. Because now it's going to tell me how much of him I actually got to cut out, right? I can bring him down a little bit. Because, they be having their mics in here too. So whoever designed this is doing this the same exact way because they're pulling the stills from the show. Drag this over. And then maybe they got a little headroom on there. I don't like that, but we're gonna do a little bit here, right? Cool. So now, because I know how I'm gonna design this, how I'm gonna lay this out rather, all I gotta do now is just go in here and cut out this spot, which for the most part the AI did pretty dang good. I ain't gonna even lie. So, but if I come back and say, all right, let's just cut this down, cut this. Give it this couch that was back here. I mean, honestly, the cutout that they did is not bad. All right, so we put our effects on our photos. The next thing I see over here is like, so let's group this to images. So on the side, another folder, I'm seeing some red and this orange. And so I see a flare basically on this side. Go down to a softer brush with 0 hardness. You know what? This might not be orange. This actually might be a yellow or gold. Yeah, that is. It might be like a yellow orange. I don't know. Let's see. And there's like I said, just red orange. Color on this side. Okay, another flare on this side so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. And then this is my flares. Then behind them, it seems like there's another oops. Yeah. There's another like flare behind them somewhere. Yeah. Not sure what color they want to use for those, but I'm gonna use that one. And for this, I'm gonna drag this over a bit here. The other thing that I'm noticing is that there is a vignette around them. So for this, like, did you see this, like this little halo around each person? It's not really on David's picture for whatever reason this time, but in this one we're gonna use inner glow. And again, let's choose one of these colors. We can do that orange, that's fine. In this instance, so choke, open that up a little bit more. It's really apparent. Turn that noise down. Clean this up a little bit because my file crashed on me. We gotta come back and fix up some of these edges over here. Okay, getting closer, All right, same thing for him. Even though he already has this weird blue hue because of, I guess, what they got going on in the studio, flare wise, seems like I don't really. I think it does affect the designer because it is blue on him, and it's also blue around his image right here because you can see the blue, like little array right here, and I think they did that probably to match the natural hue from the studio around him. Yeah, that makes sense. So. It just doesn't match the brand color. So that's like, well, it's partly in there though, actually, when you think about it, because it's in this logo that I don't have access to. All right, so we got that. There may be some kind of texture in the background. That's the only thing I think is really missing from this design. I think it's like very flat from that standpoint. I'm thinking about changing this blue to this orange though, just because bothering me. It just doesn't match. So I'm gonna want to turn this up. And I get he has a different color on his skin right now, but you can change that. not bad actually. It's not what I'm looking for, but that lighter or this linear dodge, that ain't bad. That might sell the effect more than what I was thinking, honestly. Help it sell a little bit right there. Just give a little weird effect on his face, but overall, that ain't bad. So we can come back and clean it up a little bit. But overall, that's not bad. All right. So another thing that we could do, like for Isaac Hayes one specifically, we can go filter other. I realized like I had this up the whole time. Let's move this back over. Filter other high pass. This is just to get some more of the textures back that'll be lost or that just aren't here because I don't have the high res image, so I'm trying to pull. Yeah, I think that's good. From my file. Cool. All right, so we got the images, we got the flares. The only thing missing here could be like some kind of texture background, but I'm not gonna fool with it today. Let's just figure out what else is here. Let's deconstruct the rest of this design. Then we got the background, and then let's do another folder for our text. The biggest thing I see is this big box right here. So there's a huge box here, right? I'm gonna say that's kind of the color scheme I see, and then I'm gonna make this box 0 because they don't have very harsh corners. And I can hold Command on my keyboard. I'll hold it over this and Shift and move this in 11 inches, 11 points, and go back in this way 11.2. That way it's even. So now that I had that, I can come back again and go, okay, let's just copy this. Same thing. Open this soft brush up here to make my own gradient. So I ain't relying on the computer to tell me, oh, that's your gradient. And then I got this light leak over here. Grab that, change this to screen. It's not the same exact one they have, but I mean, boys, it's similar. They're really all the same thing, I mean, honestly. So there's like a light leak here at the top. Then they use, and then they use another one at the bottom, which I think does give this thing some character, to be honest. And then we got, I'm gonna change these. No. Oh, dang it, it's not gonna let me do it. What do I need to do here? I wonder if I think because they're still in these boxes. Yeah. All right. So what I may need to do, which I don't think I'm gonna like, but I may need to just remove background on these. Which that's what I thought, unfortunately. Cool. Or remove background. Bring this down. So hey, this is not the same one, but whatever. And then you can still come back to screen. So now, when I make the change, let's see if it's still not gonna let me color. Oh yes, it does. So now I can change it. I actually like that as it is now. So this would be our lens flares, and then this is my box. So when I add text, this looks like could be Gotham or something. Spoiled question mark. This is looks like it might be italicized. I got Gibson on the screen right now. Bold, or maybe it's Gibson. Let's see. Oh, this might be Gibson. Go back to Gibson. Yep. For whatever reason, this looks italicized, so I think that is the same font. I'll bring this down. There is a drop shadow on this text, as you can see, to help it be more legible. Let's grab the rest of these. We got Are You? So you can change the weight up here to medium. Yep. And changing the size too. I'm just not going point, so I'm just dragging it down, make it easier on myself. As you can see, I mean, this is looking very similar. Boom. Let's do one of these. This is not the same though. So what font is that? Ain't that font either. May not be able to find the exact font right now. This is close. All right. So we just need to be close enough. We can do this. And then basically, this is nothing but vertical, horizontal, and a vertical flip. And that's pretty solid. I mean, the only other things I would do. Group only. One thing I'll add here is like I think we need a black, some kind of black gradient at the bottom. We can break it down a little bit so you can see, but really want that text to stand out. Bring my text layer down a little bit. If I go back into my lens flares, to be honest, we might turn it down to like 90. You ain't gotta be at 100. What I would do to enhance this probably is to come back, this is cool. White, grab a softer brush. My friend Lindsay taught me this a while back, and I thought this was so dope. Just add my own little flares here to make this text pop a little bit more. And I hate that terminology, but really make it stand out. So it's not just the text on the screen. You already got a drop shadow, but you just choose certain letters to add a little soft brush to the edges of, so like it's just shining. Like I think that just, you can turn it down a little bit, but it just gives it just a different effect. Like small details like that really just matter when it comes to like designs like this. And then the other thing that we would add here is just want to grab this, like this logo. I don't have the high res logo, so don't shoot me. But basically, I just screenshotted this from my thumbnail. I'll bring this down, add the logo in the corner. Sorry, I don't have the high res, you guys. But if I wanted to just use screen, pop it in here, and boom. Basically, we have duplicated this design. We deconstructed it and engineered the same design very successfully, I would say. Again, I think his thumbnail design in general is strong. It's gotten a lot better than how it was. Let me just add this up here so I can talk about it in interspersed. His thumbnail design in general just has gotten a lot better than what it used to be. I really think that these really stand out more. I know he's gone through a few different cycles of thumbnails, but I think from a simplicity standpoint, these are on point. From a text legibility standpoint, these are on point. I mean, at the end of the day, we all have to remember that YouTube is a discovery platform. People are searching for solutions on YouTube. And so if the first thing I see is a dark background with contrasting objects and text in front of it, which these do a phenomenal job at, because you got a black dark background with white text with a very creative highlighted word. That's very common on YouTube, but they've taken a very creative approach with it, as well as images that stand out from the background. So if their titles are on point as well, I don't see why these videos don't perform, because they're taking a good approach in terms of how to construct a thumbnail, especially with a podcast when you have so many episodes coming out consistently week to week. So overall, I think these are strong. The only thing, like I said, I would add is some small light flares on the white text. I think that's cool. I think also, my layers here. I think also text flare. Yeah. I think also the only thing you can add is possibly some background texture. I think that's the only thing. Let me see if I can find a quick some quick texture background that we can add just to get us a little bit of character. And they probably won't do much, but let's see. Just try a few things out. All right. So if I go here, let's just drop these in and see what happens. So I want to go back to my background layer. Man, we can do some things with this boy. All right. So we start with this one, because I mean his show is basically like an entrepreneurial blueprint for people. So adding in some texture background like this would be dope. If I turn it down, I think that is a pretty good design behind them, right? You already got your light flares from the side. So, I mean, what you could do is just use your layer mask and then come back in and really fade these edges to where it blends in well. It's not hard edges on the side. Just adds a little bit of detailed character to the design. The next one, this really stood out to me. So I think we make this the size of the screen. I think if we come down to, let's see, lighting is nice. Perfect. Hit screen. Just look at the difference. Even if I don't use these two, which I may or may not. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to use these two today. But just look at the difference between this and this. It just makes it feel much more detail oriented, intentional. If there were like money icons or something I can throw in subtle parts of the design, it just takes it to a whole nother level as well.
Yo, what's good, creatives? I hope y'all found that tutorial helpful. If you want to support the channel today, don't forget to click the first link in the description below, and you'll get the same PSD that you just saw me create today. What I want to leave you with is I want to remind you all to stay creative and go out there and get your piece of the creator economy, because learning the skill sets you just saw me create can make you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every month, depending on how many clients you get. So go out there and get your creator bag, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.